friends. Friends who games, games who friends, game friends.
One day you'll learn it, don't worry.
I know it. It's game friends. Friends who games, games who friends, friends together, we play games. I know that. It's game friends. We're all here. And I'm Chris Slight, and who are you?
Hello, I'm Steve McNeil. I am one of the game friends on the Game Friends podcast.
Yay!
So, thank you, Chris.
It's alright. Who are
Good
you?
to be here, Chris. Sorry, Chris. Sorry.
It's alright, mate.
You're next.
My name's Ian Dransfield, and I'm enjoying listening to whoever that was talking about why
I'm
they're
Steve
here.
McNeil. I'm Steve McNeil.
Okay, there
I'm
we
one
go.
of the Game Friends.
Steve McNeil.
Well,
And who are you?
I'm Simon, the last game friend. Am I the last one?
like Raphael. and the Turtles.
I round us out.
I thought you
Oh,
were,
I
I thought
thought-
you were going to say, I'm Simon the Lion Chong.
Oh, well, I'm that too, I
was just trying to
suppose.
think why you were the last one. I was like...
Because I was the last
Oh,
one to introduce myself, and this is another one here that we don't know about.
Oh, of course. I was just thinking, like, I was like, we're not really in order. I didn't. It wasn't
Was
like.
Raphael the last turtle? I feel like he was last on the list.
Michelangelo was a party dude. He
Yeah.
was the last on the list.
Was he last?
Yeah.
Michelangelo was last.
Anyway,
Yeah, I
game
was going
friends.
through the
Thanks,
lyrics
Chris.
there.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, thank you.
Just had to
Chris.
roll through that really quickly.
Michelangelo.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Steve McNeil,
Hi.
speaking of you, which we always are, what games have you been playing this week? Because that's what we do on this show. We talk about stuff of what we've played.
The big one I've been playing is Assassin's Creed Syndicate,
Ooh.
which I know you've played a lot of as well.
Yep.
Who else has played it? I know Chris has.
I have.
Simon?
Nope.
No, Ian?
I've actively avoided Assassin's Creed games for a number of years now.
It's a good one.
Is it?
Ian did a shrug. Classic radio shrug. No, it is. It's really, really good. It's not glitchy as fuck. Everybody's got skin on their heads. There's one cutscene that everybody's already pointed out where the character's just disappears. There's just a floating gun. That's a
Oh.
bit weird.
Yeah,
Maybe
just
it's intentional.
Yeah, it's a spooky ghost moment. It's
Maybe.
right.
Does it happen and then Danny Wallace makes an ironic comment and everyone goes,
Thankfully, the Wallster has been reduced in his role in the latest game. There's
Has he
a
been
couple of
killed?
cutscenes. He's not been killed.
And
He's still
in the
alive,
game.
sadly. Hey!
Do we not like Danny Wallace then? Is
I
that
have,
like...
I have no strong opinion on Danny Wallace.
I was going to say, because I think he's all right.
I don't like his character in the games.
So it's not glitchy. It's not glitchy, as I believe I just said just moments ago.
But it's worth noting because it's a highlight
that's
of the
rare.
series. Yeah.
It's the highlight of the series.
But it's
The
not glitchy.
city is really well realised. The architecture and the city is wonderful. Although it feels a bit empty because Unity was much busier, but that's probably why it didn't really work. But yeah, it's a little bit empty. It should be busier, but it doesn't really matter because you're whizzing around it on trains and horse and
Whereabouts
carriages
is it set in London?
everywhere.
Central.
Whitechapel, City of London.
Okay, so it's white. That's fine.
Lambeth.
I can go and see my house or something.
You can't go and see your house.
It's set where we are
My
right
house
now.
is the moon. I don't know where my house is.
Fuck me.
Southwark, though, which is where we are right now. That's in it. I was well happy about that.
Don't give away where we are.
Oh, it'll be like when you go to Jinx every now and again in their old offices is also where One Direction would sometimes record. So every now and again there'd just be hordes of teenage girls outside. It
All
will
there
be
to
like
see you.
that. Yeah. Or well, you'd walk out and be like, "Hey," for a joke every time, but you know,
It's not a joke.
I was very deadly serious.
It's still real to me.
Yeah, damn it. But yeah, that'll be what it's like when people realise we're in Southwark. But I like it. I've been playing it, and I enjoy Assassin's Creed. It's not. I don't think I like it
Well,
as
I
much
think
as
that's
you.
all you've got that you can use in the edit.
I know.
You go, oh, yeah, no, I've been playing Creed. Chris goes, and I like it. Four kazoos.
Yeah. But anyway, I've played a bit of it. I don't think I like it quite as much as you do, Steve. You seem to really like
It's
it.
really good.
I think it's fine. Like, to me, it's like, it's as good Assassin's Creeds were. But it's not done any sort of evolution. I mean, other than, like, little details in the game, like having Batman's grappling hook.
Yeah, it's got Batman's grappling. Also,
It's
the side missions.
consistent.
I like that the side missions are a bit more integrated into the loose narrative of reclaiming the city.
That's
so it
nice.
feels a bit more part of a whole rather than just randomly go and get some shit from a place somewhere
Do
else.
you have to do any missions where you follow people from a distance,
No.
but within a circle, and listen
Oh,
to
actually-
them and all that flipping?
No listening.
That hasn't cropped up.
There is one where you sort of follow along, but it doesn't disappear and then things
They've
go
changed
wrong.
it.
Oh, chasing still happens,
Because
though.
that... Oh, God.
Get oi! And then you're running
It
off
just
after
seems to be
someone.
a succession of adding new things that haven't worked and then trying to fix them. And that's like as far as the new features go.
Is this one more stripped back then? Is that why you're enjoying it more, do you think?
No, I mean, it's got the gangs mechanic in it again, like Brotherhood, but
Very
it's-
differently implemented.
I really like it because I do like when you're walking around the city and there's just some of your gang just walking around. You can be like, hey, you, and you, come with me. And they just follow you. And then you take them into a fight. Half the time they die and you feel a little bit bad, but you just, plow through. I like that. I think that's good.
It's exactly the same as Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
It is, but it's fun.
I hate fun.
I know.
The thing is, I haven't played a Creed game all the way through for years, so I
Yeah.
think I was ready to have another go. But if I'd played Unity all the way through, which I never did, I never finished Unity, or if I played Rogue or 4, I didn't even complete 4. I got about 2/3 way through. But 4's not really a Creed game
Really
anyway.
an Assassin's
It's a
Creed,
pirate
right.
sim with some tower climbing.
Yeah, you
occasionally.
ignore the bits where you get off the boat.
Yeah, but the last one I played probably was 2 and Brotherhood, and that's years ago.
Yeah.
So I was ready to play another Creed game, and this one's a good one. It feels similar to 2 and Brotherhood. It's not as good. The character leads aren't as good as Ezio, because Ezio was the best one. But it's all right. If you want to play a Creed game, it's a good Creed game.
They're all, I don't actually think any of them are bad. I mean, aside from technical issues and blah, blah, blah with Unity, I got totally burned out on them. They're far too similar to each other. I totally understand why they are. They're mainstream games for millions of people, and you can't go changing absolutely everything about them because poor Muggins at home will get confused because he's too fucking stupid.
I think that's on the design document.
Yeah.
Word for word.
It just... I got totally burnt out on them, and I now actively avoid them. I turned down money to review one of them, to review this year's, because I just
Couldn't be bothered.
couldn't be arsed.
Wow.
Oh, dear.
Christ.
Yeah, I know, and I do not turn down money for much.
Come on, you could have thrown that my way. I've just played the fucking thing. This is a shambles, isn't it?
He's harsh.
This is dreadful.
How many kazoos would you give?
Yeah. Yes,
None now, I'm livid.
Oh, no. Shit.
No,
no kazoos.
I would give it 3 kazoos. I think you'd probably agree with me, Chris. It's not
I'd
a
say
great
3,
game, but it's a
yeah.
good game. And I think actually, although you and me were disagreeing, we were agreeing as well, Ian, in that if you haven't played one for ages, it's all right.
Yeah.
But if you're sick of it, then don't play more of it
Yeah.
because it's the same.
Or just go and play 4 because it's probably the best one.
Go and play 4 again, or go and play 2 and Brotherhood again. They're still all right. 3
Free
kazoos.
kazoos it is. Who wants to sit out?
I'm sitting out.
All right.
Yes,
Free
yeah, he's
kazoos it
livid.
is.
Lovely.
I hope that people who listen at home can tell how many kazoos we're
Of
actually
course they
blowing.
can.
We
yeah.
telegraph it. We tell them every time. It's
It's
fine.
true.
We treat them like a Ubisoft audience. We explain every single minor detail to them.
Wow.
Treat them like morons.
So what else you been playing, Steve? NBA 2K16.
I've been playing NBA 2K16.
The blank look on your face. And
I don't know what else I've been playing.
Yeah.
We'll do that again. What else you been playing, Steve? Fuck me. It's not going to get better.
No, come on.
So what else you been playing, Steve? Jesus.
This week, Chris, I've been playing NBA 2K16. It is a baseball game from 2K.
Baseball.
Basketball, the other one.
Do you want to talk about
They're
another
all
one?
the same.
Game friends,
I
we
hear
know about games.
It's a Spike Lee joint.
It is a Spike Lee
I
joint.
don't know what that means.
The My Career mode is a Spike Lee joint.
I don't know what that means.
The only good thing about the My Career thing and the Spike Lee thing is that your name comes up in the opening credits because you put your name in, so it comes up starring, and then your name comes up on the graphics, and that's quite
Cunt
nice.
face 9000.
Exactly. But other than that, it's dreadful. It starts off. It's got a lot of video of the actors covered, covered in ping pong balls to do motion capture. They're all sat around having a chat, and then in wanders Spike having a chat. And all of a sudden, he clicks his fingers, and like magic, he's turned into a video game Spike.
What?
Hang on.
Yeah.
Isn't this the intro to David Cage's Fahrenheit?
It is quite similar for those
Where he
of us
comes
that
out
have
and goes,
played it.
"Oh, welcome to my game.
He
It is
explains the game to
exciting
you."
entertainment that is digital." And
Yeah.
then does a outrageous French
Great
accent.
impression.
It's like an informational ride at the Epcot Centre in the 70s, but with a basketball game.
Sounds brilliant.
It's not.
I still don't know what a joint is.
No one does.
Film.
What?
not a film.
Don't pretend
It's
you
not
know
a film,
these
though, is it,
things.
Chris?
I do. I've seen
You
Spike
don't
Lee
know
films.
shit.
Yeah, but what's a Spike Lee joint?
It's just a cool way of saying film, man. Get with it, Daddy-O.
No.
I will not get with it.
Why?
It's not even with it. It's about 20 years old, but it is a Spike Lee joint. Does it say joint on the box?
Yeah,
It
it says
is a
Spike
Spike
Lee
Lee
box.
thing, I
It is
guess,
officially
isn't
a
it?
Spike Lee joint.
I wouldn't make
Yeah.
that up because I don't know what it means.
I quite love what I played in the My Career mode. I thought it was all right.
No, you're wrong.
Oh.
It's like the actual playing basketball games is all right. It doesn't help you learn it at all. I haven't played a basketball game since NBA Jam because I don't care.
Oh.
And it doesn't like because I've been doing lots of sports games because I did Madden and FIFA and PES and been going through all those. And all of them are quite good. If you haven't played the games for a while, they tutorials. There's different things for each button and type of move. But this one, it's got a video that you can watch that says, if you were playing, as you can see in this video here, you would press X to do a thing.
Is the
But you don't
tutorial...
get to get your hands on it and practice. It just shows you a video if you go and find it in the menus.
And is that video a Spike Lee joint?
I don't think the video is a Spike Lee joint. I think
That's
it's just,
why you're not learning anything.
that's probably what it is. But yeah, it's crap at trying to get you to learn how to play it, which is stupid.
Last time I played an NBA 2K game was like 2K12 or something. And it was a really good representation of basketball, very thorough and simulation-y and
It
stuff.
looks really
But
good.
I remember saying in my review at the time, all those many years ago, that
4 probably.
yeah, that it was just really difficult to get my head around and know what was going on. It's like I could tell there's a good game going on, but I can't play it.
Yeah, it takes a long time to actually work out what all the buttons are, and it won't help you find that out, which is frustrating. But it's fun to play a game of basketball in it. But the story thing, the Spike Lee thing, is embarrassing.
The Spike Lee joint.
The Spike Lee joint, sorry, yeah, no, it is. It's dreadful.
I have no interest in playing whatsoever with that one.
Oh, I played a little bit of it, and I thought it was fine. It had an all right little story of a
No,
guy that comes,
I don't think so.
up the ranks of
No.
the NBA and has his friends and all that
Chris,
stuff.
I think you were just wrong here.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, how many kazoos would we give NBA 2K16?
I think. Well,
Does it look pretty?
it does look pretty.
It does look
It's
pretty.
it's a 3 kazoo game. I'd be inclined to give it 2 because I've not really enjoyed it, but I think it's a 3 kazoo game.
Steve, you've got to be honest. We're not giving some sort of Metacritic rubbish.
No.
style.
But
Wait,
I think
aren't we?
it's a
Your
3
opinion.
kazoo.
Well, you
I think
are.
it's a 3 kazoo game. For me personally, it's a 2 kazoo, but I think the game is a 3 kazoo and deserves 3.
Okay, well we'll do 3 then if that's how you feel.
Would you like to do this one?
I'll join
sit
in
out.
with this one because
Okay.
I've played a 2K
There you
NBA
go.
2K game before, so it's
Let us
only fair.
kazoo. 3. And I believe
kazoos.
you've also been playing a certain egg game, Steve McNeil. Dizzy the Egg.
Careful,
Wonderland
wait, just having a
Dizzy.
sip, a coffee.
You've played Wonderland Dizzy, Steve.
I have played Wonderland. Is you?
Is that a Dizzy joint?
It's not a Disney joint.
That's an Oliver Twins joint.
Oliver Twin.
Right. Yes.
Are you guys familiar with the story?
Yeah. What the story?
Well, for anyone listening who isn't,
of the game as opposed to the story of Dizzy the Egg. Yeah.
but they were digging through their loft and they found a disc and it said it had got a final copy of an unreleased Dizzy game on it, and some guy from Poland that's offered to help because there's this fan site yokefolk.com that has all the Dizzy games.
Visit
emulated
it
them.
every day.
I know you do. I know you do.
I signed the shit out of that guest book.
It's GeoCities, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the mark of
It's the
quality.
pinnacle. It's never going to get better.
Never going to get better.
It's actually a very good website if anybody is listening and likes Dizzy.
.com.
Yes, yokefolk.com.
Steve McNeil brought to you today by yokefolk.com.
Yeah, I should declare an interest.
A yoke folk joint.
I got shares.
Eggy shares.
Anyway, carry on.
No.
End. No kazoos. Stop.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
So it's the lost.
So,
It's the lost Dizzy game.
Yeah.
so a man from Poland, from the website.
Where yes, indeed. He he was on this Yokefolk thing because they make like fan Dizzy games and things, and they gave it to him because he said he'd probably be able to compile it. They gave it to him and he fiddled around with it, and actually they got him to add little tweaks. And they managed to get a running version of the game. It turns out it's just built on the Magic Land Dizzy map and has some slightly different puzzles. So it's not really an entirely new game. That's not quite accurate, but it's fun. If you ever played Dizzy, as I did a lot when I was little,
Loved it.
It's a good Dizzy game. And what's really sweet is that they've just put it on this website and given it away for free. So no one's got to buy it. They've just said you can have this
Can't
game.
moan about it, can you? Really?
Well, Ian can, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, I
Give it a
I
good
can
go.
and will.
Yeah.
Livid over there he is.
I'm fucking fuming.
Understandably. So how many kazoos would you give Wonderland Dizzy?
Christ, we're bashing through. Do you want to just start listing games and I'll tell you how many kazoos they get?
Or have you more to say on
No,
the
forget it,
Wonderland
Chris. Forget
Dizzy?
it.
Let's change the podcast to game list.
4 kazoos.
4 kazoos for Wonderland Dizzy?
4.
Yeah.
Wow,
'Cause I
that's
like
strong.
Dizzy the Egg.
All right.
But I know I do have shares in Yoke Folk, so I am biased.
You do. You are brought to us today by yokefolk.com.
4 kazoos for Dizzy the Egg. That's a lovely sound. The Oliver twins will be very pleased with that, I'm sure.
Anyway, we're going to talk about what I've been doing because
for
I
God's sake.
am going to do that. What?
Nothing.
Come on,
Carry
then.
on.
What
I've
have you been playing?
Halo 5.
Oh, I can join in on this one.
Yay! Halo 5's good.
Is it?
Oh.
I can't join in with that.
Uh-oh.
I've not played much of the multiplayer yet.
Well, you've
But-
missed the best part of it then.
I've been playing the single player campaign and I've been enjoying it. There's not been as many moments of like, oh my god, Halo excitement.
If I
There's been a
didn't
few.
know that I was right about everything, I would seriously start considering how my brain works with these things because I found it very dull.
A lot of people did. It's
Not from the
I've
reviews I've
heard.
been seeing.
really. I haven't. Really
It's all
read
been
the reviews.
4s and 5s and 9s and 10s, not 10s, 9s across the board, and it's just really.
Everything I've heard about the game so far is that every bit of marketing that was released in the lead up to it
I love this.
is wrong.
Yes.
It is wrong.
Yes.
So it is.
How
Yes.
so? How so?
What?
No story spoilers apart from to say that what is featured in the adverts is not featured in the game.
What?
Like what? Example?
The entire thing was sold on the notion of it being the two teams, the
Yep.
Fire Team
Red and
Osiris and Fire Team Osiris and the Blue Team
Yeah.
because they ran out of names after Fire Team Osiris apparently. And those two being at odds with each other for
Yes.
whatever reason, and it's the two leaders, Spartan Locke and Master Chief. See, I'm remembering the names and everything.
You are.
They're having a fight with each other, and one's saying, "Oh,
One's
I'm
chasing the other.
Yeah, one's chasing the
The
other,
Master
and
Chief could be a traitor.
all the marketing is about discover the truth and find these secrets behind Master Chief, and showing those two in like a situation where one of them shot the other and the other one's dying, and I didn't literally
that
expect
was-
that to happen in the
No.
game, but I expected something along those lines
They
to
had a
happen.
fight.
They have a fight in the game,
Yeah.
and then after that it's just like, oh no, wait. What Master Chief is doing isn't actually evil. Let's just follow him.
That's
And
not
you have
straight away.
you have your 15 missions. 3 of them you're controlling Chief and his team.
So
12
they're quite
of them.
long.
Fucking hell!
He's coming back with everything, isn't he? This one.
Nice.
I finished it in one day, so it's not that long.
Wow.
It's not very long at all, is it, a campaign?
No.
I haven't finished it yet. I've been. I played quite a bit.
But yeah, the story beats and stuff are just totally different to how they were in the marketing. And
Yeah.
I understand. No, the broad theme of one team
Yeah,
following
that's
the
what
other
you were
team.
advertised.
No, the
What did they tell you was
specifics of
gonna
it.
happen?
The specifics of it are different.
What specifics did they say were going to happen? Did they say at some point specifically Master Chief?
No, what
is
they
gonna-
do in
Chris
adverts.
really likes Halo.
What they do in adverts is they show you things and you infer
He's got his
from
hands
them.
on his hips,
You know,
listeners.
You know what I inferred?
Look, he's put the kazoo down.
I put the kazoo down.
Shit.
I inferred from those adverts, because this is all news to me. I didn't realise people were having a problem with this. I inferred from those adverts that Master Chief and Spartan Locke were having a bit of a disagreement, and one was chasing the other. And that is what's happening.
They weren't having a disagreement.
No,
in
the
game.
disagreement is from UNSC and Master Chief going off on his own. But, I mean, what's the difference? Spartan Locke essentially is UNSC. Being a Spartan, he's been sent out by the UNSC to get Master Chief.
I'm reliving the game again. I'm falling into a coma.
And that's what's happening. And that is what happens.
Okay.
That is the story.
I literally don't know
I know,
anything
I know.
about
On a
it.
very,
All I heard
very
was that they were wrong.
broad
Well,
strokes.
I'm glad you brought it up,
Yes.
Simon, because now
That's
you've
all
caused all
advertising
this.
is. I mean,
But the advertising specifics were saying this is the chase you're going to be in. This is the conflict
You're
you're going
listening
to.
to Game Friends with Chris Light and Ian Dransford.
Saying this is the conflict that you're going to experience in the game and stuff, and then it's just not in the game
well, how is it not?
because it's not. they literally have one fist fight, and then after that,
Well,
Locke's
yeah,
just
because
like,
he's chasing him. They're not in the same room all the time.
I'm
Chris's
going to
glasses.
show you the adverts
They're
and stuff
steaming
afterwards.
up.
Chris's glasses are steaming up.
He's gone very, very red.
It's a shit story.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, it's not a good story, but I definitely don't feel anyone's been missold anything.
I
plot-wise.
think they have. I don't think it's something that they deserve to be
This isn't a real
sued
argument. We don't
over.
hate
or
I just
anything.
don't
They're
know what's going to
having
happen
a
next.
real
I don't
argument.
know if I need to put my hands in between you guys or like sit you on opposite sides of the room. I don't know.
I just get annoyed about how much of a free pass Halo gets because it's Halo, and this story especially is wank, and it's based so much on like the transmedia stuff, on the novels and the graphic novels and the TV series thing that they made and stuff that nobody in their right mind, apart from 14-year-old boys, gives a shit about.
And Chris
And me.
They're perfectly fine to like it, whatever, but. It's one of those things that it's not really a self-contained tale. There's lots of references to things outside of the game.
It's called Halo 5, though.
Yes, but it's not just references to Halo 4, 3, 2, 1, Reach,
No, there is
ODST.
other
It's
stuff,
references to novels and all this shit that I'm never fucking touching.
There are little references, though. I haven't.
Yeah, but major characters. At the beginning of the game, you're going in to rescue that scientist doctor
She's
woman.
in Halo 4.
So,
She's a big part of Halo 4.
which was a generation ago. You need to explain things. It doesn't explain things. I really don't like the story in it.
Okay, that's fair enough. I think it's fine. I didn't love it.
Also, the shooting's not as good as Destiny. Bring back Bungie.
It's not as good as Destiny.
he's conceded that.
My goodness.
And the multiplayer is fantastic, but not as good as other better multiplayer games like
Wonderland Dizzy,
Wonderland Dizzy,
NBA.
NBA
16.
2K19.
my favourite baseball game.
Your favourite baseball game. I'm gonna have to look up all this stuff. I didn't realise people were out there being like, I've been misled.
I'm not sure. I've not seen that myself. But
Oh, is this a Ian Dransfield joint?
Everything's an Ian Dransfield joint.
Yeah, true.
Wow.
It's something that I noticed afterwards, and it annoyed
Yes.
me because it does feel more cynical than marketing normally does. It's
I had not picked up on that at
It's
all.
because it's not just one trailer. Like, say, Assassin's Creed, the advert will have someone gliding gracefully through rooftops and stabbing someone. All right, fine, that happens in the game. It doesn't look that good, but it happens in the game. The Halo stuff had an entire story around it. It had the Hunt the Truth thing, whatever it was, like the
podcast they
mini-series,
did.
yeah,
Yeah.
which was really good.
It was.
But it's just not really what goes on in the game.
I guess it depends how you look at that sort of marketing. Cause
Correctly, that's how I look at it.
I've always seen it, especially with Halo, like like in Halo 3, was it, where they had the big board showing the models of all the soldiers.
Oh, that was great.
Great advert. But to me, all those adverts are ever doing is just, it's setting the scene for you
No,
turning on the game.
But that's a man in the future from these conflicts in the story.
Yes.
Remembering them
No,
and
totally,
bringing emotion to it. So
totally, yeah.
These adverts and this marketing stuff
specifically
is
saying
essentially
the thing
saying
is happening,
this
yeah.
is going to happen in the game you are buying, and it doesn't happen. It is silly.
Okay.
Whew!
Well, the Game Friends will agree to disagree on this one.
I don't think they will.
I just do not have an opinion
I know.
at
What?
all.
What?
I wish I had never brought it up. Sorry, this is me
I
pulling
brought
your
it up.
headphones off.
Oh, I thought you were just like turning it off. I was like, it's not that bad. guys.
Goodbye,
It's
everybody.
all right.
And how
no,
many,
No,
I
I don't
aside,
think it's a bad game.
how
I
many
just don't really
kazoos
like
do we
it.
get?
I haven't even talked about
Oh,
it yet.
shit.
Well, why not, Chris? Why not?
What was that then?
That was a marketing discussion.
That's the ex.
Oh, I
the
should have
episode.
remembered at the beginning. Don't argue marketing with a man with Coca-Cola curtains.
I love it. I love marketing. Yeah, this is true. I
There
do
you
love
go.
it.
That was your first mistake.
That was why didn't either of you jump in?
We tried.
Too busy thinking this was.
Really tried.
tried.
We
You
really
didn't try
tried.
hard enough.
Well, I liked it. I thought it was all right. I haven't finished it yet, but
You'll probably finish it within about 20 minutes or something.
probably it's definitely not the strongest Halo story, and I know a lot of people do laugh at like the idea of like Halo story, lol. But I've always quite enjoyed the sort of roller coaster, sci-fi, space opera ride that.
Oh,
Halo
also, it's
takes
gone
me
too
on.
far away from that, so I'm annoyed with that as well.
Yeah. It's gone too far away from the original, just fighting the
Yeah,
Covenant,
the original inspiration, like the 70s sci-fi, like Asimov and later on stuff like in M. Banks and that, it's not cribbing from that as much, which is perfectly fine. It's their creative decision.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't do it for me anymore.
That's fair enough. I've been enjoying it. I haven't finished it. I would give it, at the moment, probably 3 kazoos. It's not the best Halo game.
See, after all this, I'd probably give it 3 kazoos too.
Well, there we go.
It's saved by multiplayer for me. It's because it's really good multiplayer.
That's
Not
fair
the
enough.
best, but really good.
To be honest, all the reviews I've read, because you're saying the reviews were really good for it, most of them were saying the campaign isn't very good.
Yeah, and they
but
still
the
give it 9 out of
multiplayer's
10.
amazing. Whereas
Because they go like, oh, nobody plays single. What?
I never get that. I only play single player. I'm like, that's my like main bit. But yeah, I would give it Freakazoos. So if anyone wants to sit this out, feel free.
Or I sat out the whole chat, so I might as well sit this bit out as well. So
Fair enough,
Are you
mate.
still here?
Yeah, it's there. Dizzy the egg.
And Freakazoos and a Dizzy.
You a laugh kazoo then.
Well, we've talked
What do you
about
expect if
Assassin's
someone
Creed.
shouts Dizzy the Egg? See, you laughed too.
I did.
I finished, and this is surely something that no one can shout at me about, Mario 3D World.
Oh,
You what?
off.
Fucking...
I'm ready. Bring it.
I'm so sorry. Me and my girlfriend Leanne have been playing it for months, and we finished it and got credits.
Yeah.
And then there was a whole other world.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
I suppose that is a spoiler. We didn't know if there was going to be another
Jesus.
world. Spoilers, there's another world.
Fucking late for that, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry guys.
Oh, fuck it. It was spoilers.
It was
Is
really
Red
good, though.
Team in
There's
it
another
at all?
one after that.
Is it a Yoshi joint?
The content that this game is giving us is crazy. It
Yeah.
keeps feeling perfectly wrapped up, and then it'll be like this. It literally said the end, and then all the little star women appeared, and we're like, "Here's another level." And we're like, "Oh, how many are going to be up there?" There's like 12, and we're like, "Oh my god,
Yeah. And then
It's
there's 3
brilliant.
more after that.
this is
Spoilers.
this is the most like I've never finished a Mario game.
still
This
haven't
is
by the sounds of it.
Apparently not, but I saw the words "the end," so I was confident enough to tweet that I finished my first Mario game.
Mario 3D World is the
And-
only one I've not finished. As in the very, very last level. I just cannot do it. No matter how hard I
This
try,
is-
I cannot do it.
Both me and Leanne were sat there, and Leanne could vaguely remember that you and a friend could not finish it.
No.
And we were like, "We've done it. We're better than Simon and Terry. We're the best. We're the best." And then it was like, "There's another word." And she was like, "Oh yeah, there's another word."
And it's not
it was
that
like,
one.
"Oh." So we thought we were better, but it turns out we're not. But it is an absolutely magical game, and it's the first Mario I've played that much of, and I've really enjoyed it. Like
It's good.
I want more game. I just want more of that. And like even if another big 3D Mario comes out, I want to be able to play it.
You should
co-op.
get the Galaxy ones on Virtual Console because they're both really good.
They're meant to be good, but I like the co-op element to it as well. It's really fun to play it with someone else and like try
Yeah.
and get through.
Galaxy is co-op very, very badly, but it
It's
is co-op.
with the Wiimote just
Yeah.
collecting
Point it and
stars,
shoot
isn't
stuff.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I love 3D World.
it was really good.
I really like Mario, so I think it is a good game. Ian,
Yeah.
do you like Mario, the little plumber?
Yeah.
He's alright.
Yeah.
He'll do.
I like hanging with those Mario joints.
The Miyamoto joints are very good, it turns out, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely, if you don't have a Wii U, get a Wii U.
Have you got a 3DS?
I have.
Have you played 3D Land?
Is that worth playing?
Yes.
Okay,
Better.
better.
Yeah, Chris, God.
Pull that face at me, Simon Chong.
I don't know
Not
if
on the
it's
radio.
better.
This is the most furious
This
podcast.
is the BBC.
I finished 3D Land.
Getting nude. I don't know why.
Nude.
You're turning yourself on for nude.
I really want to be nude.
I'm wasting myself.
If
Sorry,
you chant it
Simon.
enough, your clothes will explode off.
Get 3D Land is very good. I don't
Yeah.
think it's as good as 3D World
better.
because the multiplayer bit of 3D World makes it, but 3D Land,
Yes.
their naming conventions are so stupid.
You
3D
don't know what
Land,
you're talking about anymore.
3D Land, World Land, 3D Land, World Land is great.
Worldland.
Land is good,
World lads.
but World is better.
Cool. Well, I'll give that a go as well.
And if having a few more levels at the end of 3D World blew your mind,
you did.
I don't want to say too much, but you might be pleasantly surprised
Oh.
by what happens at the end of 3D Land.
The 3DS explodes.
There's loads more.
Oh,
There's
loads.
more.
I've only got one. It's like,
Spoilers.
it's really good, and that is one thing that I would impart to anyone listening. If you don't have a Wii U,
Just buy a Wii U
get
for
one
goodness
now.
sake.
I sat and played
Surely
it
they're
for
about
two.
20 quid now.
It's got to be.
They've got to be.
They're really cheap. I played a bunch of it over the weekend. Like I tried playing.
Don't spit at me.
I will.
Alright.
I played. I played Smash Brothers. I tried to try and actually get into it because I've just played it with people that have played it a lot, and so I was like, "Can we just play this in a sort of slow manner where I can learn it?" And
There's nothing to learn.
well, there is when you sit down and play it with people that have been playing it for like 10 years over various.
Oh, well,
Smash
there is that
Brothers.
to learn. They're all pricks.
Yeah, it's confusing and I have no idea what's going on. But I was like, I want to learn how to play this game. That was really fun. Mario Kart, really fun. Splatoon,
Kart's
really fun.
amazing.
There's so many games on the Wii U.
Rayman
Get a
Legends.
Wii U.
So good.
Yes.
Pikmin
brilliant
3.
game.
Fuck, Rayman
Still not
Legends. I
played
love
that
it
one
so
yet.
That's
much.
really good.
Yeah, meant to be good.
It's
Oh,
brilliant.
Rayman Legends is really
I've got
good.
I
Rayman
was
Legends
in,
on every console I think I've it was released on.
I
Yeah,
thought
it's
Legends on
great.
PS3. I think
I was in Paris last week for the Paris Game Show, and Michel Ancel, the creative director guy from
Rayman.
Ubisoft Montpellier,
Rayman.
the guy who created
Everybody
Rayman.
loves Rayman.
And I just
Christ,
actually got a bit starstruck when I saw him and was
Did
just
you?
sat there with my mouth up and going like,
He,
I wanted to touch him, but I didn't.
one of my friends has a tattoo, a sleeve tattoo that I designed, and he said to him when he interviewed him, "I really like your tattoo." He liked my artwork.
You should get a job there.
I should get a job.
They're making
there. Off I
Wild,
go.
but it's all
Yeah.
like realistic and stuff. But yeah,
I can still draw. I can still doodle Rayman on everything.
yeah, do it.
Do it.
Draw him with arms just to freak everyone out. He's got a bicep, just
Oh, no.
one.
Well, I would like to move along
Okay.
to you, Simon.
To
Because
me.
I don't even
Giving
feel like
Mario
Well,
kazoos.
It's four. It's four.
Yeah, just do them dead
Obviously.
quick then.
Okay.
He's gone red.
I think he's just done a poo.
That was through the kazoo. So now an actual
a
poo
poo for a
kazoo.
kazoo. Thanks, Steve.
Hey, you're welcome, guys.
Simon Chong, because I've also played one of the games that you've been playing. So now's a perfect time to come along to you.
Which
Simon.
one is it?
LD. Legs Dimension.
Oh yeah, that one. Lego
Jesus
Dimensions.
Christ.
Yeah. I've been playing a bit of Lego
Call it,
Dimensions.
bro.
Lego Dimensions. Yeah, I got that. I think it's standard Lego game. No different there, but I'm
Smash
really enjoying
everything,
it.
pick up
Exactly.
studs.
Puzzles
everything,
that
pick up
aren't
studs.
Puzzles,
I'm
that
all
just
about
run
picking up
around hitting
studs.
But
stuff.
Yeah.
Is it a stud joint?
Total stud joint.
Cool.
Stud joint.
It's just really fun. I don't know what it is about this one in particular. The other ones I got really bored with how repetitive it was, because every Lego game is the same. Obviously,
Yep.
you put in an area, you don't know what to do. You literally just have to
Smash
smash stuff
it.
and then hope that you're doing the right thing and then build a thing. It's the same, but it's just cool how. Like all these different worlds that you go to, they're so short, they're like an hour long maybe, and then suddenly you're just thrust in a completely different environment.
Yeah.
It plays the same obviously, but it's cool. Like 1 minute you're with Doctor Who, the next minute you're in the Simpsons world, the next minute you're with Portal.
For a price.
For a price, of course.
For a
The
massive
price
price.
the price is insane, and
Something like 800 quid to get all the different ones for it.
it is
That's
actually
all of
about
it,
that
yeah.
much
That is
money.
fucking disgusting.
But I am really enjoying it. I'm probably not going to buy anything else for it at this point, because what I didn't
That's
know.
what you think.
That's what I think. But what I didn't know before I started it, I literally thought the game was a particular set of levels, and you had to buy these extra level packs to play those bits. So I've bought The Simpsons, Back to the Future, and Portal, but the second world, I think, is The Simpsons. So I was like, well, why have I bothered buying a level pack when I'm already actually getting to play The Simpsons world? It seems really strange to me. I thought,
Well, the way I've had it explained to me
right,
was that
Is this in the marketing?
in the market.
It deliberately isn't so that people like you will accidentally buy more than you fucking have to.
No,
They're
no.
thieves and I hate them.
You
But
can
carry
go-
on. I'm
you
glad
can-
you had a nice time with this
You
game.
can, with the extra thing you've got,
Yeah.
so like Portal,
Friends
there's a
to
whole
play
extra like 2 or 3 hours of
Yeah.
extra stuff, and you can go to the Portal Hub world, which
Right.
has stuff in it as well.
Right.
That's all you're buying with your extra set.
right.
So there is extra stuff.
There is extra stuff, but I was just
Not a ton of it.
frustrated that one of the worlds
That
I
you'd
get to
actually
play.
purchased a thing you didn't even need to buy because they made it look like you needed to buy it and spend
Yeah,
more
I
actual
thought-
money in the
exactly.
real world on something you didn't need to buy.
Yeah, I thought the
Fuck me.
Simpsons bit was going to be
Livid.
I
completely
hate Toys
separate.
to Life stuff. I hate it.
And just remember, it's being marketed at children, and they're more susceptible to things than even Chris.
I do think the game is very funny. It's really,
It should be for the
is
price.
really well written. It is genuine. I think genuinely
It is
well
well
written.
written.
What's the kind of ratio pound per joke?
£1 per joke.
Pound per funny joke, I should say, because
I laughed many times in the intro.
How good is your sense of humour?
That's
It's
fair.
top notch.
Is it?
I think it's all right.
Strong.
Okay.
I laughed at Batman fighting against Batman. That's pretty badly explained, so I suppose my sense of humour isn't that great. He goes to the Lego world, because the Batman that's in it isn't the Batman from the Lego movie,
Lego
but
movie.
Wildstyle's in there, so it's the Batman from the other Lego games. So they
Right,
go
yeah.
to the Lego world, and Batman from the Lego movies there, and they just have this fight about who's the real Batman. I was laughing
That's
at
cute.
it. They were like slapping each other in the face.
Is
It was
he
great.
voiced by what's his face from the film?
He
Will
is.
Arnett.
He is.
Oh,
He is voiced by Will
I'm all
Arnett.
over that then.
They've
He
got
was brilliant
so
as
many
Batman.
voice
They've got
actors in this game.
literally everybody has voiced their appropriate characters,
Except for The Simpsons.
Except for the Simpsons.
Do you
Which is
think,
really
like,
weird.
That is quite
with
weird.
like the Lego Batman fighting the other Lego Batman,
Yeah.
the two different Batmans,
Yes.
do you think
Batman.
So that's like a good bit in the game. But
It's a little funny.
Do you
joke.
think they needed to sell you like a plug-in USB thing and a load of extra toys to be able
They
to
didn't need to.
look at that? Or
Okay.
could they have just let you play that without making you
No.
buy?
But what I do like about this one compared to other Toys to Life stuff is I know it's expensive. I know it's expensive.
the most
and I won't
expensive
buy.
one
I
ever.
won't buy. I really won't buy any more from what I've got. But you are getting Lego to play with.
That's true.
It is
And it
expensive.
looks nice.
I will
But,
concede that. I do like Lego.
Exactly. You're getting actual things, and the toys that you get as well. Like,
That's what the price is.
you get
as
to
well.
rebuild them.
Lego
all.
is expensive.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You get to rebuild these little cars 3 different ways. Every
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
Yeah.
It's not like other toy stuff where you just get a shitty
Exactly,
figurine.
you just
You're
get a
getting
plastic
actual
figure.
Lego.
Yeah, you are getting actual Lego to play with, and you can play it outside of the game because
Yeah.
the cars have wheels. You can run
You
them
take
around
them
the
off
floor.
their little stand,
Yeah.
and you can do whatever you
So
want.
that's
with them.
something. It is
They got
still
real
obviously
engines.
overpriced. Yeah, for that
You
price.
can get an
yeah,
actual
they are.
car for 800 quid. So.
You could buy an actual
Yeah, you could.
fucking car.
You could. Yeah. So
Christ.
I am overall enjoying it. By I think it's 3 kazoos, but
It's, not, it's definitely not 3 kazoos.
I mean, you haven't even played it. But...
yeah, for the price.
I know enough about it to know what I think about it.
The price makes it 1 kazoo.
You would enjoy
but
it, I think.
Yeah.
I've bought it.
It's
You know
difficult to
what?
make value
I
judgments.
would,
Maybe call it
this is
2
the
kazoos
thing.
then. 2
The
kazoos,
price,
maybe.
I don't think, does make it 1 kazoo purely because, as you say, it's Lego. You've got a Lego Minecraft set. How much was that?
I don't like to talk about that.
Okay, but I know for a fact, like I bought,
We won't be answering questions about that right now.
I bought a little Star Wars ship, and it was like 30 quid.
Yeah.
And it's like what, 6 inches long? It's not very
Really?
big. So
Sorry about
Like
that.
a penis. I get it. Sorry. Ian, mate.
anyway,
I'm so offended.
it's like God, like a penis.
What? Knob gags.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like an
he
average
was
penis
like-
is about 6 inches. I think it's actually 5.5. But it's about 6. The joke works. It stands, Chris. It's funny.
Good work.
Chong laughs, and he's got a very good sense of humour.
I do.
It's a
Batman.
knob gag joint. It's
Batman.
fine.
It's a knob
Fight.
gag joint. My point being that
2
Lego's
kazoos.
quite expensive.
Right,
and
okay.
that's where the money goes into it.
Well,
Unlike,
I
It's
would.
difficult to make value judgments as far as I'm concerned because £1 to one person might be, a few
Well, yeah.
days worth of food, whereas to someone else it might be I put it up my arse and I fart it in someone's face just because I don't care about money.
Yeah.
That's not me, by
I
the
feel
way.
like there was
I love
other things you
money.
could have picked that were a quid
Nah,
in that analogy. No,
there's not.
Why don't we
Name
have
them. Name 5.
I can't.
Exactly. I win.
I'm gonna give it
2 kazoos.
3.
Yeah,
3 kazoos?
I'm gonna give it 3 kazoos. I'm
That's
sorry.
fair.
I'm gonna give it 3
I'm not
kazoos.
fucking
I think it's a
mine.
free kazoo game as well.
Yeah.
I would
I'll
agree.
do it
You have to
then.
do it. Ready?
Free kazoos.
Thieves.
And then the other thing that I've been playing,
Thieves.
the other thing that I've been playing that you've also been playing, Chris,
Yes.
is Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Have we spoken about Until Dawn before?
No,
we haven't.
but we
Haven't
haven't
we?
finished it. If I and either of
Yeah,
you
so we're not.
played
Well,
it.
we're not going to.
I haven't played
spoilers.
spoilers
I haven't
anyway. It's so much better than I thought it was ever going to be.
really
I really
good.
didn't think it was going to. I just sort of heard the name thrown about a little bit, but I didn't think it was that big a game.
Forgive my stupidity. Is Until Dawn the one where it's a short night and you play through again and again with a different character? Is that
No,
it?
It's not short.
Which
It's not
one's that?
short.
Is
you
that the
are
game,
thi-
though?
You are
You're
kind
thinking of that
It's
game.
about 6
probably.
hours to play through. Or something like that.
I think it's more about 9.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're meant to go through it
like,
again and again from
Yes.
different points of view.
It's
Yes.
sort of
It's
like
not-
a late 90s teen horror.
Right.
But it's so well done.
Really
I
well
didn't
done.
expect it to be. Well, first of all, they've got loads of big
Actual
names,
actors,
really
yeah.
actual actors in there who are very good at portraying these characters. All the characters they're not all likable, but they're not all meant to
They're
be
not meant to
likeable.
be. The ones you
But
don't
they're-
like, you're not meant to
Yeah,
like.
but they're all really believable characters, and it looks incredible. I just didn't expect this game to be. I thought it was like a little indie title or something before we started playing it, but it isn't. It's a real
It's
AAA,
really good. Yeah.
incredible looking.
Oh, it
game.
looks amazing.
And yeah, it's very stressful and very scary.
I like
Yeah.
how Chris has just been a cheerleader here, popping up and yeah, yeah,
You
that's
Simon.
amazing.
You tell
Yeah.
more about that game. So
we played it together.
we played it
Just
together.
to say,
We played it
over
on
Halloween.
We played it on Halloween. We played probably about half of it, I reckon,
I'd
because
say
it's
so.
literally called Until Dawn because you're playing from the beginning of the night till the next morning.
Oh,
There you go. And it's split up into.
no!
You got you're my new cheerleader.
Yeah.
Cheerleader joint.
It's split up into episodes, and each episode seems to be about an hour long, and afterwards it'll say there's now 6 hours until dawn.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Oh!
and it's great, and you really do try and second guess the game all the time because they have this mechanic in it where when a character's walking around, they'll pick up these totems, and the totem will either give you a warning about how that character might die, or a way to avoid them dying, or just something that might help
It
you.
doesn't even. What's quite clever as well is it doesn't even tell you how you might not die. It just shows you like you standing next to a bird table in a bird lands, and from that you can infer. When that moment happens,
Something's
that's
going to
be
happen.
quite important.
But
I need to be on my toes for that moment.
I don't think it's too spoilery. One of the like for example, one of the things that we did was we looked into a totem and we saw a character fall and they were naked, and we were like, okay,
Fall flat, look covered in blood and
we
mud
were
and
so,
stuff.
and then there was like a scene where we were sort of
No,
thinking.
that noise.
no.
There was a scene coming up where we were kind of thinking, oh, these
Yeah, it
people are going to get it on with each other.
Yeah.
We've got to avoid this at all costs because probably if they get naked, they're then going to die.
Die because they're naked.
Exactly. So that's
the
what we were.
cold.
Yeah. So we were
Exposure.
desperately trying to steer the game so that these two characters wouldn't get together, and I really liked it. I mean,
It was really
ultimately
good.
it didn't fucking work, and that character died anyway.
Yeah,
It
We-
sounds
nice going,
this is
No, we messed
this
that
is
up.
confirming the kind of things that I've heard before. I've got the impression that it's less like you're playing a game and more like you're playing the director.
Yeah,
Yes,
100%.
Yeah, it's and also there's these bits in between as well, in between each episode, where there's like a psychiatrist character who's trying to talk to you about what your fears
That's
are
cool.
and stuff.
We don't know what that's about.
We don't know what
yet.
that's about
That's
at all.
Really
but
cool.
how you answer his questions changes how that next episode is going to play
or
out.
at least so
we
feel.
figured.
It's a bit Walking Dead-y.
It is, but there's
Yes,
more
but-
control.
More control and less like, but what are we gonna do? And I love The Walking Dead, and that sounded like I was taking the piss.
It really did.
It really
You're
did.
a monster.
I'm sorry, but it's
Free on PSN this month, actually. Series 2.
I know.
Grab that for free if you've got
not
a
as
PSN.
good as
will
Series
be.
1.
It's not, but it's
and
still good.
play Series 1 first, or it doesn't make any sense.
Sure.
But yeah, it's really good. Until Dawn, I would recommend playing it. It's not even so much like you're the director, because you don't have that much.
Why did you agree with
agency.
what I said then?
I
Jesus,
would
Chris.
agree with what you
I
said.
would, but in as much as things still do just happen to you, like you can't be like, oh, I don't want.
Well,
to
maybe
do
you're
that.
a shit director.
Yeah, maybe you have no control over your cast. Yeah, no, it is more like that though than a Telltale game. I would agree.
It's just great, and I would give it 4 kazoos.
I
How,
would.
how much is it? Retail?
It's about 50 quid. Like it's.
You have to pay an extra 30
Actually,
quid for every death.
on PSN at the moment, it's $34.99 up until I think like the 12th of this month.
It's well worth it.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed Walking Dead even the tiniest bit,
Sitting down and playing it with your missus, you'd really
Story
enjoy
type
it.
games, yeah.
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 It's really
And-
scary and spooky.
Oh, no,
and
she doesn't
like
like scary.
jump scares as
No,
well.
no, she's out. No,
Okay,
forget
well,
it. Forget it.
it's
You've
Simon
lost-
couldn't play it
You've lost a customer.
I played the first hour and then I had to pass
just
it off
during
to
a
Chris in the end,
tutorial,
'cause
and
I
then he was
couldn't do
like,
it.
I was like, do you want to play it now? He's like, no,
How much
happy.
Lego did you get with like the base game?
none.
Okay.
Not even one bit of Lego.
The
so-
best-
Jesus Christ.
The best
go,
part of it in general was just like we'd just be walking along, like you'd be walking through a room, and to my mind, no reason to be scared. But Simon just sort of go, oh god, and then that would just completely scare the hell out of you.
Maybe he was
Press it
remembering how much he spent on Lego Dimensions.
Yeah,
maybe.
Not very much.
Yeah.
But still something.
Still something. Right. 4 kazoos.
Ian, what have you been playing?
Far too much for me to remember.
Well, I can tell you if you'd like. You played some Divinity Original Sin.
Divinity Original Sin is really, really good. It's an action RPG crossed with a strategic turn-based RPG, and I was playing it because it's been ported from PC to PS4, and it is massive and a load of fun and really, like, I'd hazard to say well written, but like nicely written. And it's like Tolkien-esque fantasy world with orcs and all this shit and stuff, but it's just really good and really nice fun, and you can have couch co-op on an RPG that's massive, which is great.
It's like
Split
Diablo,
screen.
isn't it?
Yeah, kind of like Diablo, but it's not action RPG. It's turn-based, so it's like XCOM or Final Fantasy Tactics or
I
something
like
like
it
that. Whenever
turn-based.
you have it.
I know it's
Diablo.
Diablo. I just like to say
Diablo.
Diablo. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so it's not one. It's not one I'm going to dwell on.
Fair enough.
It's really good, and I would recommend it, and I would give it 4.
You get 4 kazoos.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right.
Just
Big
because
deal.
something's good doesn't mean you need to talk about it for 4 days.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
What's next? Come on, hit me.
Let's just get through these. Let's get through these.
WWE 2K16.
That's shit, surely, isn't it?
2 kazoos. I'm actually going to explain this, and that was
Go
3
ahead.
kazoos.
Oh.
Last year's was a piece of shit, and this year's is not as big and stinking a piece of shit. In fact, it's not really a piece of shit, it's just not very good.
Why not?
There's still too many issues, like too many... I uploaded a video quite recently, which obviously I can't beam into your brains right now.
I saw it.
Yeah, the flagship mode in it is Showcase, and it's all focused on Stone Cold Steve Austin, the biggest wrestler of like the 90s, whatever. One of the biggest wrestlers of all time.
I was about to lean in and say that and realise no one cared.
Has it got John Cena? Because
Of
it's always
course.
going on about John
Yes,
Cena.
it's got
He was
John
on my
Cena.
workout playlist just today.
So this main mode that's on the front cover of the game and blah, 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 and I think it's the second match on it, it just glitched out massively and had my character not doing anything in the middle of the ring and Bret Hart wrestling himself.
Yeah.
And it was just ludicrous.
I've seen
And
some amazing videos online of it glitching and just doing weird.
And it just like this is not like early copy or anything like that. This is a full retail release in a box given to me, patched up to whatever it needs to be, and it still has these glitches and stuff in it. And it just feels like they concentrate so much on presentation, so much on getting as many wrestlers in it as they can, which I will come back to in a second because there's something that makes me fucking furious. And just
There's a lot of things that make you
there's a lot of things that make me furious. And it just generally strikes me as quite lazy, quite half-assed. Yeah. They have made improvements, but they're not enough for me to recommend it. It's going in the right direction, but I don't want that to be the case. I want it to be good enough now because it's a 16-year-old series.
Shame that it's
but
so buggy. That's
the
stupid.
The thing that does get me furious is so there are
Hulk Hogan.
4 female wrestlers who are not in the game and are not ever going to be in the game. It's already been confirmed they're not going to be added as DLC or anything like that. 3 of them, okay, I can take or leave, whatever, fine. One of them, no, but for the reasoning of this, one of them is the women's champion right now. They do not have the women's champion in the game, and they have said they are not adding her. Imagine if that was gender swapped. Imagine if they didn't have Seth Rollins, the current champion in the game,
Or
and
John
said,
Cena.
and said we're not adding him. That is fucking ludicrous. But what they have done is they've added 2 incarnations of the Terminator. The actual fucking Terminator.
Oh no!
And to make it even better, he doesn't even look that good.
No.
He looks like a shitty creator wrestler that like I've made in my spare time, which I probably would because I love Terminator. They're great films.
They're really good
but
films.
for fuck's sake,
That's ridiculous.
I think, even just listening to you, I'm more angry about the absence of this
Charlotte
female
Flair.
wrestling champion.
Charlotte Flair, Ric Flair's
Charlotte Flair.
daughter.
I'm more angry about the absence of Flair than I am about the price of Lego.
And
Bloody
you were
hell.
livid about that.
Bloody hell.
I just don't understand why this is still a conversation. That
I
everybody has to have
don't
every couple of
understand
months about fucking
why
games.
4 of the best women wrestlers.
Well, just wrestlers. 4 of the best wrestlers.
Well, Sasha
surely.
Banks is my favourite wrestler at the moment.
She's
Her and
fucking
Seth
incredible.
Rollins are my favourite. And Sasha's not in it either, is she? Or is Sasha
No,
in it? No, she's
Sasha's not in it. Bailey's not in it.
Paige
Becky
is in
Lynch
it.
isn't in it,
Becky Lynch
and
isn't in
Charlotte's
it, no.
It's every woman who's in the main roster is in it.
Yeah.
And well, even Marie's in it. She's not in the main
Do you
roster.
know, the problem with that is, though, they are in the main roster, and as you said, Charlotte Flair's the current champion. So they're all in the main roster, and WWE as a company are currently going through what they're calling a Divas Revolution, because for some reason they insist on
Yeah,
calling
notice
them
I've
women.
not used that word once because fuck them.
Did you watch...
they call the female wrestlers divas.
Well, because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
call the men superstars. They don't call them wrestlers, they call them superstars and
But that
divas.
is just
Those
the
are
worst
terrible
justification.
names.
I am not defending it because it's complete bullshit. Have you watched the Table for Three?
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant when it's what's
It's
the
got-
face?
Women's wrestlers from like the 90s kind of thing. They meet up around the table, have a discussion, and one of them's just going like, "What the hell even is a diva?
Yeah.
I don't understand this."
But
It's
that's
great.
a singer. Why are they called divas?
Yeah.
We're wrestlers. And in NXT, it's the women's championship,
Yeah.
not the divas championship. It's got butterflies on it and is pink.
It
which
does
is
have butterflies on
complete
it.
bullshit.
Shit's the
It's fucking
best.
awful. But they are currently having what they're calling a divas revolution, because they're still calling them divas, but they are actively pushing the women's wrestling up the card. They're giving it more time. They're giving it more storylines, and they're making a point of going, look, here's women wrestlers that are actually good. We're trying. Here they are.
but not in the game.
But not in the game, and that is not reflected
Because
in
fuck
any
that.
way.
Because
it
what you
is
need
ridiculous.
is to just retread past glories and putting Stone Cold Steve Austin on the front cover of a game that's out in 2015. I love Austin, but Jesus fucking Christ. So much of it just strikes me as so cynical
Sorry,
and
Don't ever do
not
that again,
very
sorry.
well done.
Yeah.
forgot that it made.
And their creator wrestler stuff, they've removed... Okay, this isn't quite a specific point, but when you're making a wrestler, you're cycling through the hundreds of different like hairstyles and costumes they have. And so I like making myself in these games because, I'm obviously...
You look like a wrestler.
Yeah, I'm a great wrestler in real life. Yeah. And I like making myself in these. And rippled. And...
Good pause.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're going through and you're cycling through all these different hairstyles and stuff. And in previous games, when you cycle through them, it gives you a live preview of what it looks like on your mannequin that you're creating as your wrestler. And now it doesn't. You have to select it. It has to load on. You have to choose the colour and accept it and confirm it as your thing that you selected. Go through a loading screen for it to pop up on the head. And then you go, oh no, that's shit. I don't want that hair. I want different hair. So you have to back out, go through the loading again. Yeah. It's just so clumsy.
Like that?
They had that down on
because
the PS1.
I think the main problem is they have about 9 months to make the game, and they're just trying to build...
It's buggy as fuck.
Yeah, they're just trying to build so much of it as fast as they can, and it's so much slips through the net, and it's I don't want to sound like fucking Mary Whitehouse or something, but it's not acceptable.
It's not acceptable, no.
It's a fucking con.
When you part away with 50 quid.
Yeah, every year it sells millions of copies and makes millions of dollars, and it will continue to do so. And I really wish, I don't want to, it's kind of putting the onus on the consumer, but I just wish people would stop fucking buying it. Then maybe they'd take a year or two off and make it as good as they can.
The reason that it was
because
Simon
I
Miller,
want it to be really good.
Well,
I really, really do.
As Simon Miller on Video Gamer said when they were talking, it was on their podcast, and someone said to him, "Why are you so pissed off about the wrestling game? Surely just don't play it." And his point was, if I like FIFA, and it's shit, I'll get Pro Evo that year. Or if I don't like NBA, I can get another basketball game. They do exist. But with wrestling, if I don't like the wrestling game, there's no other wrestling game. It's like there's only one. Yeah. So when that sucks, it's like I've got no other wrestling game. And so
which is why I go back to No Mercy, which came out in 2000, 2001, because it's still really good. Or Here Comes the Pain, which came out in 2003, which is still really good. Which was made by the same company that's still making it now, and they just completely fucked up. Anyway.
It's a shame.
It is. That's the thing. That's why I get so pissed off about it, because I used to love those games and play them so much, and I want it to be great again, and it's not. And it's just a kick in the teeth. A real one, not a wrestling one.
They're real.
Still real to me, damn it.
How many kazoos would you
give it?
2
kazoos.
2?
It's not the worst thing I've ever played, but
that's
it's not very good.
That's more kazoos than I thought you'd give it, I'll be honest.
You're gonna get
Last year's was 1.
No, you go, Chris. You're a wrestler.
I am a wrestler. Wrestling manager. More of that sort. Couldn't wrestle. Can't take any sort of pain. Well, Ian, is there any other games you want to talk about?
Yeah, Life is Strange.
I have not finished it yet, so I would not like to discuss the ending.
There are not going to be any spoilers, of course, because I'm not a fucking moron. Well. Did anybody play Remember Me?
I started it and then I never carried on.
Yeah, that's basically what everybody did. And the problem there is anybody who associated Life is Strange with, because it's made by the same company, don't nod. Not a command, that's what they're called. I can't believe you went against the command, Chris.
I nodded.
People have associated it with Remember Me, and it does have similar themes in ways. It's memory and blah, blah, blah.
I didn't even know they were made by the same people, so...
Yeah, but
they really
it
advertised
seems...
Square Enix when they were talking about it. They didn't mention Don't Nod.
But still, I'm sticking with my logic in the face of irrefutable fact, because that's what you do. It feels like people may have ignored it because of that element, or maybe I may have ignored it for a while because of that element. Maybe. And then the miraculous thing happened. Someone came to me and said, they didn't come to me, they emailed me, and said, we will pay you money to play through the whole game and review it. So I was like, yay, I'll do that. And I played through it, and it's really, really good.
Yeah.
It's
the end
choices thing, isn't it?
Yes. So at a base level, think something like a Telltale game with it's like a modern adventure game. I think it has more actual puzzles and where you have to think laterally and work things out.
Definitely.
And it has more maybe walking around, interacting with things, whatever, than Walking Dead or something does. But broadly speaking, it is a very similar kind of game. The MacGuffin in it is that the girl you play as, Maxine, she discovers early on she has the power to rewind time, like I don't think it's like a set amount, but it's a short amount of time she can rewind. So basically, you can have a conversation with somebody, and you go into this conversation kind of cold, not knowing anything. You chat to them for a bit, they reveal some little bit of information, and then say to you, "Oh, no, I'm done talking to you," and like walk away. You rewind time to the beginning of the conversation, and you go in it with this information that you gathered from them in this time that never actually happened now. And also it works with the decisions as well, because it's like, will you do this, or will you do this, or will you do this? You make your decision, and then at the end of it, you can rewind and change your decision. Now, I would think that would make the decisions pointless and shit, because, you know, if you can go back on your decision, what's the point? But you can't, for one, you can't always go back on your decision. Like, after you've gone past a certain point, you can't rewind. But it's all based around, I'm trying not to ruin anything, it's all based around the concept of the butterfly effect. So while you may think you've made a good decision, it could turn out to be bad. While you think you made a bad decision, it could turn out to be good. And you have to just go with it. You can't play it. I mean, obviously you can play it, but you can't game it. You can't make a decision then go, oh no, obviously that was the wrong one, I'll go back and change my mind. You go back and you might choose the other one and then go,
might fuck it anyway.
Yeah, but maybe that'll happen in future. And I was playing it thinking so far ahead, like, I will not dob this person in for doing a bad thing at school because maybe he'll be able to help me out in future, or maybe I'll be able to hold that over him and then drop it at a more pertinent time or something. It ended up biting me in the arse in a way I absolutely did not expect, and I bloody loved it for that. And just more generally speaking, like the atmosphere of it and stuff is so like affectingly nostalgic, to the point where it felt like someone was like massaging my stomach or something with that. You know how nostalgia feels?
Yeah.
That warmth you have in your stomach. It was like that, but also someone was just like pressing it into me, going like, oh yeah, you like that. But not in like a creepy way.
I would say it just reminded me of being a teenager, but...
Yes, yeah. And it is, I mean...
But belly massages are also nice.
It's just the intensity of the nostalgia that I felt through playing it. I mean, I didn't grow up as a young girl in the Pacific Northwest, hard as it may be to believe, I know. But even with that, there's so many
spoilers,
so many relatable themes in it, so many relatable characters and issues that you deal with and all this kind of stuff. And while it does have time travel and science fiction and all this kind of stuff in it, that is just, like with all the best sci-fi, a way to get across very familiar themes. And the familiar themes being like coming of age. And I mean, the first episode is called Cocoon, and it's about Max coming out of her cocoon as, you know, another caterpillar. I don't know how cocoons work. As Steve Guttenberg.
Go in them.
Okay,
and then
right,
you get a
yeah.
butterfly.
And I was thinking about it earlier, and I remember the names of most of the characters in it, which never happens in games because I don't give a shit about them.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is story-based, so it is that kind of thing. But I remember them. I remember what happened to them. I care about what happened to them. I'm annoyed about decisions I made because bad things happened, or I'm happy because good things happened, you know. And it's just so bloody good. And it deserves so much. I mean, it's people who played it loved it, and it's selling well, and da-da-da. But I think it deserves so much better. It deserves to be the top of everybody's to play list, and like selling millions and millions and millions of copies. It's just fantastic. It's really quite hipsterish and indie and twatty, but I love it.
How much Lego did you get with it?
5 Lego.
Right.
And how many kazoos does it get?
How many kazoos do we have?
4.
We have 4 available kazoos.
1 kazoo.
Well, that was a swerve.
4 kazoos. Yeah, so go and play it and enjoy it, and I recommend it to you 3.
I've been playing it.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet, but it's on my list.
Very, very good.
I got it the minute it came out. It looked like exactly the sort of thing I would enjoy, and I did.
You might cry.
Very good. I cry all the time, but that's just nothing to do with games. That's just, you know, because of all of you. So on that note, we're going to wrap this up.
Friends are playing games.
We should wrap this Game Friends up, though,
All right.
because
It's been going on for about 8 days.
it has, yeah. And yeah, well, this is the Game Friends. You should follow us on Twitter. We're on Game Friends Pod. And we're a Game Friends Pod for pretty much everything. So if you want to find us on Facebook, that's where we are.
Bebo.
Beeb Habbo Hotel.
Yeah.
We're on that one as Game
We
Friends
are a
Pod.
Habbo Hotel joint, so
We are indeed. And on that note, let's say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
bye.
Ooh, so right up in there, didn't you?
See you.